Welcome back to the Bantering Boneheads.
Welcome
Today's
back
topic is daylight savings time.
Because we're all qualified to discuss this topic.
Yeah. So real quick, just with a quick yes or no, David, do you like it?
Not at all.
Matthew?
Depends.
Depends. Me, I hate it. And all I can say is, that's it. Wherever you go. It's over. That's a short for
30
us.
seconds. I like it. Is that it? Are we making this one a short? Nobody told me that was happening. I took notes. I thought it was going to be a thing.
Oh, I actually looked up the daylight savings time thing too.
What'd you come up with?
Well, I got it. You come up with pretty much the same thing. So why don't you hit it?
So it's not just a U.S. thing, ironically. Let me restructure myself here. 34% of the world actually observes this nonsense.
34%.
34% of the countries in the world observe daylight savings time, which is baffling. The concept was first floated, I guess you could call it, in an essay written by Benjamin Franklin in 1784. But by all accounts, it was more of a joke as opposed to let's legit do this.
Yeah.
The first nationwide implementation of it was in 1916 in Germany.
Yeah, that's where what I picked up on was that, and then it was enacted during wartime to
World War One.
Yeah, to conserve energy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got mixed signals on it in my research. That everybody kept quoting energy savings and electricity, fuel, daylight, all that good stuff, heating, but I couldn't find anything definitive. I even went back to when the U.S. adopted it in 1916 and read the statute and the bill where we did enact it in, or that we used to enact it, I should say. And there was no definitive explanation as to why we were doing it.
There was let's see, I got that article right here if I can find it. What year was it actually put into federal law? It was fairly recently.
1966 was U.S. implementation.
Yeah, and then the states have the option to opt out if they want, and two of them
have done it. What's funny, because the two are Arizona and Hawaii.
Yeah.
What's interesting is that one of the Indian nations in Arizona does observe it, even though they're within a state that does not. Which, God, that's got to be confusing.
You know, it is, man. It's just confusing. I hate it, and I'll tell you why, man. Because I work 12-hour shifts. An hour from where I live, so it's a 14-hour day no matter how you slice it. So when I was on night shift, I especially hated the
right at the change where you lost an hour and then worked an hour and didn't get paid.
fall back one, man, because then you had a 13-hour shift.
And you didn't get paid for that hour.
Yeah,
or at least
you did.
I didn't. When I was working nights, now, the second time I was working nights, when I was working for the government, we knocked off at 2 a.m., right at the change. So it didn't matter. But when I was working in manufacturing, we didn't get paid because their concept was, you get a free hour when we spring forward. You get paid for 8 and you only work 7. So it equalizes.
We got paid on night shift both ways, 13 hours or 11.
Nice.
But
you worked for a better company.
But on working days and if on the schedule I had at the time, when I had to work the weekends, the spring forward really sucked because you lost an hour's sleep. Fall back, you got an extra hour.
Do you know what really made me hate this?
What?
Having a kid. Holy crap, dude, was that awful trying to navigate that the first time around. I was not. Holy, the lights are changing. Oh my God.
Well.
I was not ready for that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just not a fan of it, man.
Now, the thing that I did find interesting is we're kicking around all these different concepts of Ben Franklin and everything else. What I was able to source is that the concept was originally tried on at least a small level all the way back in Roman times. It's not a modern or a new concept.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Which is baffling to me.
Yeah. I guess if they tried it and veered away from it at some point.
Can you imagine how hard it would be to get everybody on the same page?
At
that
back then?
Yeah, because you're still using sundials and sun positioning to articulate the time or determine the time versus just watches and stuff.
Oh yeah, man.
Getting a nation
or just getting the
nations.
word out in itself. Hey, we're changing time on such and such date.
Even in back in like World War I times, that would have been a pain to try and get everybody on board.
Oh yeah.
Which one, if they abolished it today, which one would you guys choose? Which one would you keep?
Where we are now.
Where it gets dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Winter time. In a nutshell, I don't care which one they do. Just set it and forget it.
Yeah, that's me.
What do you think this is? An easy bake oven?
Yeah, I don't care either, man. Just get one and run with it.
I don't think it's ever going to happen.
I'd heard talk that they bounced that around in Congress. But even if we enacted a law and said this ends right now, what about the rest of the world?
Well, I mean, we're America. We don't care about the rest of the world.
Yeah, you got a point.
Good Lord.
It's not my personal opinion. However, that is how our government moves forward, it seems. Stay on topic, Tony.
Yeah, David, put this. We got a TV screen right in front of us, and all it says is "Stay on topic" with a little bitty.
You need to start changing the smiley face, make it dynamic, so when we get off topic, it goes to a frowny face, just like red, yellow, and green.
There you go.
Okay, daylight savings time. That's what we're talking about. Not politics.
Oh man,
Not religion.
I just. So there was a bill that was passed by the Senate, I think in 2022, but it didn't pass House of Representatives. So it was voted down. And it's been introduced like 30 times in the last 25 years.
I knew they'd talked about it recently, but I never really checked in on it.
My question is, I mean, I'm on the fence because it's all I've ever known. Like it sucks, but it just it's one of those things. It's like taxes. You just have to deal with it. But who's arguing in favor of it? Like, where's the daylight savings time lobbyist that's writing checks for this stuff?
I have never, ever met anybody that says, oh, I love it. Never.
No, everyone I've ever met is like, I don't know why we're still doing this.
Yeah.
And I mean,
everyone likes one or the other.
That's been the biggest argument that I can find is that nobody can reach a consensus on which one to go to.
Heck, split it 30 minutes and leave it alone.
I don't think we still determine time based on sun positioning. I don't think we can do that, Mr. Weatherman.
Mr. Weatherman.
Why you got to get so serious? Why can't you just laugh at the joke, huh? I saw your eyes. They were like, I hate this guy. What do I do with him?
I did not. We will do a playback.
Yeah, I knew we was going to be talking about this.
Do a freeze frame. It's like, you're probably wondering how I ended up here.
Well,
thumbnail.
Since we knew we were going to be talking about this at work this week, I was like, hey, man, you like daylight savings time? No.
Did you find anybody that said yes?
No, that's what I'm saying. I never have.
Well, did you ask them which one they preferred? Did you do that? But what good is this? Come on. I was expecting data.
I don't even know which one's the real one.
The one we're on now, though.
This is the real one.
The daylight savings is the summer, and that's the one that was implemented.
Okay. It was funny before we hit the record button. Matthew's like, I'm wondering how Tony's going to put God into this one.
Here it is. Here it is.
So there it is. That's gonna be my goal from here on out.
It's gonna be a shtick, it seems.
Yeah, I'm gonna slip it in there somewhere.
I'm gonna get a pull noodle so I can just every time he does that I can just reach over.
The big gong, get one of them gongs.
Yeah.
Remember the gong show?
Yeah.
I did not think he said gong when he first said that.
Be like,
I really thought there was another word used right there, and I was like, "This is a PG show, Tony."
No. Yeah, we don't need that.
Hey, let us know down below what your favorite time is. If it's the regular, like where we are now, the winter time, or if it's the standard.
So
the daylight savings time.
You like where we are now?
I like where we are now.
What about you?
I don't care.
I like the summertime.
So
I don't like it.
It
differs. I like it now because it's dark when Nate goes to bed, and I don't have to argue with why do I have to go to bed when the sun's still up? Like that part's nice. But as he gets older, like I hate it getting dark at 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Well, let me ask you this: what does your wives like?
I've never heard Lisa say one way or the other which one she likes, but I know she's not a fan of the change itself.
I think Heather likes the summer one, but it just depends because she's really big in, we used to have fall, but we don't really have the fall anymore. She likes fall and bonfires and all that, and that's when it starts getting dark early. So I think she's kind of split. you know.
And I know David said earlier about your comments on this, but what I'd really like to know is if there is somebody out there that really likes this,
I want to talk to you.
please let us know.
I
We
got
would love
questions.
to interview you. We got a seat right here. We can see you.
What you can't see are the jumper cables connected to a battery under that table. Well, we're going to convince you that you don't like it as much
And
as you think you do.
we've all got a button for it.
Hey, seriously, we do have a laptop, and we can use Zoom and bring them on camera and actually interview them.
I promise not to eviscerate you too badly, but I would like to know what's wrong with your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's encouraging.
Isn't it?
It makes you really want to join, don't it?
I mean, you brought me in here.
Well, any more comments on
I think he's
daylight
pushing my
savings
mute
time?
button right now. Can you
Nobody's
still hear me?
perfect. I'm just saying.
Did Matthew say something? I saw his lips moving.
I just keep waiting for the day I'm in the middle of a monologue and it just cuts out.
I wouldn't do that to you.
I don't believe you. You know what made me hate this
What?
more than anything? So when I worked in manufacturing, I worked night shift, but I got kicked to days for a bit. And it was during this time, and we were on 12s. Mm-hmm. So that facility is 15 acres under roof. And I had to be at work at 7 o'clock, and I didn't get off till 7 o'clock. I would go 4 days at a time without seeing the sun.
Yeah, that's kind of where
Because
I'm
we
at.
didn't get to go outside for a break or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was all indoors.
I'd go 4 days at a time without seeing the sun.
I couldn't stand it, man.
Yeah, I don't
My
like it.
the reason I like this time better, I like being able to go to bed with the sun down, so I can go to sleep easier. But I can't stand excessive heat anyway. So
Well, no, I
I
mean-
tend to lean towards the wintertime.
Yeah, I'd rather be in the winter. Well, I mean, that 17 degrees we had for 2 weeks was pushing it.
Oh
But
yeah, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
that was rough.
I do typically like cold weather over hot weather, but I don't know, man. It's just getting dark that like you get off work and you have no time to do anything before the sun's gone.
I say that's what Kim says. She's all about the daylight savings.
Yeah, I never have time with my schedule to do anything anyway.
I mean, once upon a time, for like 4 seconds, I worked 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now that was a schedule because you got off and felt like you had all day. You could make it dark at 4 in the afternoon. Then I wouldn't have cared because I had some time to do stuff. But
I actually left work about an hour and 15 minutes early my last day this week.
Nate was confused when he got there and your car was there, by the way.
Yeah. And it felt weird. I'm going, wow, daylight. I didn't take sunglasses. I'm like, oh.
I get up
remember
at 3:30 in the morning, drive 20 minutes to get to work.
I envy you so much.
Well,
I would love a 20-minute commute.
now that's just going to work. At 3:30
Oh, I know what
in
it
the
is coming
morning.
back.
Yeah, it has taken me as long as 3 hours to get home.
When I
It's
was
crazy.
going to Valentine for work, I had a 2.5 hour drive home one day.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. I don't recommend it. There's a reason I don't work there anymore.
well, what I was getting to though is you start that early. You get out and keep in mind we work anywhere 10, 12 hours a day. Okay, so if I'm hitting that clock at 4:30, well, it's 4:30 ballpark when I'm getting off, and traffic is ungodly.
Oh, yeah.
There's God again. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Well, I guess we'll call it
So-
quits on this one. Or you got more?
I do have more.
Okay, go ahead.
Should we write our congressman and tell them that the Bantering Boneheads collectively decided this is stupid and we shouldn't do it anymore?
We could put a poll out.
Yeah, we could put a poll out.
I mean, I don't think we're going to glean anything from that. The only thing you're going to get from a poll is like, which one do you like better? I think we all agree this stuff needs to go away. But I think in true American fashion, we're convinced the other side is wrong, depending on which one we're on. So
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this isn't even a red or blue issue.
no, it's a light or dark issue.
Yeah.
Gray. There's a gray area here.
What is the gray area of time change?
Right when it's starting to get dark, but it's not light, but it's not dark.
I thought it was kind of like orange then.
It depends. Could be different
Like
colors.
like most things in life in adult diapers, it depends.
Yeah. We're getting off topic. There it is. Stay on topic. We'll go ahead and wrap this one up. So I'm going to say in the year of our Lord, 2025, no matter what time it is, wherever you go,
Whatever you do.
stay bona fide.
Goodness.